All right, on that note, we're going to shift gears from world language, Dr. Valesky, to the arts now, I think, right?
Yes.
A bit. So what do we got coming up next?
We have Dr. Braun and the Churchill Orchestra
I'm moving.
This is awesome.
To the audience.
for some live entertainment tonight.
Yeah, I might stand on the side to watch a little.
Good evening. While these wonderful students get set up, my name is Sarah Donatelli. I teach orchestra at Churchill with the wonderful Dr. Anna Braun. And we're really excited to share with you an extremely dedicated group of talented students about to perform an extraordinary piece of music. The work you're about to hear is called Ani Ma'amin. It's a Jewish song and prayer which translates to I believe. The most well-known version of this prayer was actually set to music during the Holocaust by a Jewish man while he was on his way to an extermination camp. And to this day, the Ani Ma'amin is commonly performed at remembrance ceremonies nationwide and worldwide. I actually arranged and dedicated this piece to my grandmother, Sophia Veffer, who survived the Holocaust as a young Jewish girl living in Amsterdam. So this past semester, the students at Churchill watched a video of her, and she discussed her childhood as well as a brief history of the music that they were learning, since she's so familiar with the piece. And through the music and her interview, the students established a really meaningful dialogue with a living Holocaust survivor. And many of the students even emailed my grandmother thoughtful and insightful questions, which she got to respond to while we were working on the piece. So while you only see 5 students playing tonight, this piece was interpreted beautifully by all 190 Churchill Orchestra students at our past concert. And I'm so proud of their maturity and their musicality and dedication to play this meaningful and powerful piece. And finally, I just want to thank Dr. Braun and the Churchill community for encouraging me to share my story. And I'd like to introduce these stellar students. We have Hannah Jun, Harrison Wong, Eric Wei, Horace Yu, and Michael Shen, the class of 2021, high school class of 2021. Thank you.
That was unbelievable. That was, Dr. Valesky, thanks for bringing that in. That was, wow.
Yeah, pretty touching, right?
There are a lot of parts of this job that are really great, but you can't underestimate the talent of our students.
Just the quality sounded like you were listening to, almost like a
Yeah.
movie, watching the score
Uh-huh.
of
A
the
professional
great
orchestra.
Yeah, wow, awesome. We have more.
We do. We have a poetry reading
All right.
from Mrs. Claire.
Hello, thanks. Lauren LeClaire, I teach English, 8th grade English at Churchill Junior High School, and I'm also lucky enough to be the advisor for Palette, our literary and arts magazine. A lot of times when I tell people I'm a teacher, the non-teachers ask, well, what grade do you teach? I say 8th and 9th grade, and they're like, but I feel really, really lucky because something magical happens at this age group where they're really discovering themselves, their voices, and they have talent inside of them, whether they're an honor student, an academic student, whether they're struggling academically, they each have something inside of them that will blow your socks off. So tonight, and it's not something I teach, right? It's something I'm lucky enough to be there when they uncover. And so all I have to really do is create that space for them to nurture their voices, for them to discover their voices. And we did that with Palette, and they showed up. They showed up, they were brave, and they've nurtured each other. And that's something that I don't really have many words for. Tonight, we're doing a little simulated open mic night for you, which is really that space for raw expression and exploration. We have Ian Clark, who is our editor, who has brought Palette. Last year, we had our first published issue in print. This year, we also have a website, paletecjhs.com. We have Alishba Jadoon reading another student of mine's poem, just to show you really how supportive they are of each other. We have Ray doing a little ditty on the uke. Palette is also the unofficial ukulele club of Churchill Junior High School. We have Aman reading a beautiful poem that she wrote. And we're ending with a student of mine, actually, from last year, Christian Barrios. And I had him all year, and I didn't really get to know him till I made him write me some poetry at the end of the year. And, I mean, that's when you really see somebody's soul. So, without further ado. Welcome to Open Mic Night.
Hi. Palette is a very important club because it allows kids to have a place where they can open up themselves creatively to all the members of Palette who support them willingly, lovingly, and they all care for each other so much. So without further ado, members of Palette.
Hi, my name is Alishba Jadoon, and I'm reading a fellow classmate's poem, Samuel Kim's poem, Wren's poem, Freak Show. We may all have come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. Martin Luther King Jr. They are not like the others, told that they do not belong, like spots on a black canvas, shunned for being different, laughed at for being a freak, hiding the truth, and left to be a secret to your grave. Why do people make fun of them? They're just like us, imperfect yet special, different but the same, odd or unique. They're called freaks, yet we are as well, freaks to nature, different from each and every generation. We may all have come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. So why kick them out? Why judge them by how they look or how they act? After all, if they are freaks, then what are we? In English class in Palette, we constantly learn the meaning of friendship and teamwork. So that's what pride in education means to me.
Just play your song.
Okay.
don't play by the rules of the game, so you say. I'm just trying, just trying. So I heard you are my sister's friends, you get along quite nicely. You ask me why I cut my hair and change myself completely. I am lost, trying to get found in an ocean of people. Please don't ask me any. I don't know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game, so you say. I'm just trying, just trying. I now know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game, so you say. I'm not trying, but I'm trying to find my way.
Such bravery. Also, I just wanted to point out, we have our artwork in our magazine. Go on. Come on, go.
Hi. I wrote this poem on my own. Day and night. We wake up in the day. The daylight awakens us, shining through the curtains. But the day is nothing but a dream. Society is simply a day of our imagination. It makes it out to be perfect. The perfect world, where happy endings prosper. We see everything perfect, preserved, despising change. When really the daylight blinds us, so we can't see the night. We're society where we are really. Criminals and burglars left and right, nowhere to hide. They're trapped outside in the night. The law is no longer the law. Justice, foreign concept. People are judged, color, race, religion, things that shouldn't matter, but do. Society has blinded us. It tells us that this madness is correct. The way to live, the way to be. And now we're back to the day. Sunshine, flowers, perfectness. But really, the day is just a dream, programmed never to end. But when, if we ever awaken from this never-ending slumber, we will see the light. We will awaken only to see darkness. When I came to Churchill, I was really, really scared, but then I joined Palette and found a bunch of other fun people to be scared with me.
My name is Christian, and I'm going to be reading a poem called Dedicated. Will I make it if me and myself is dedicated? Or has my time passed and has already been detonated? Has everyone already succeeded and has celebrated? Have I not got enough information? Am I uneducated? I'm lost in these woods, feeling devastated. Have I made the wrong choice and underestimated? Do I need more help? Do these answers need to be demonstrated? These are the thoughts that go through my head, realizing that I am a creation and that I live in this thing called a nation, and that my location, which is home, causes a lot of frustration and aggravation. This world isn't an animation, it's the real thing. That's something you need to process and need cooperation. That's something I don't have because this world is a nasty and a degradation. But if I don't focus on this, but instead have a destination, accomplish that goal and find out the combination, I'll stay in my zone and continue my concentration. Clean up myself and fulfill my organization. These are the thoughts that go through my head. My thoughts fill up in a small place like a shed. They can't control themselves. All they do is spread like butter and bread. And as soon as I put myself together like thread, and no longer bleed the color I red, but fulfill my happy thoughts in the back of my head. And if I was you, I'll pay attention to what I said. These are the thoughts that go through my head. I'm gonna read one more.
So when he's choosing, I just want to say it's the biggest thing I've learned from these students is it's not what we teach them, how to use their voices, what to say, how to say it, but what happens when we actually really listen. Got it? Look at how many poems he has.
This one's called The Right Choice. As a kid, going to school is the #1 rule. It's not a place to fool around and act all cool. They're preparing you for the future and how it's so cruel. They want you to get some knowledge and become a bright jewel. Life isn't as easy as chewing food. School isn't either, trust me, dude. 12 years of your life that you should pursue. Make it worth it so later you're not screwed. Go to college and have some gratitude that you're actually going to have a future with the right attitude, that you're going to reach so high, the highest altitude. Become filthy rich, all because you paid attention, all because you gave and showed the right impression. You made the right choice, made the right selection. You have the eager, you have the aggression to want to succeed and someday teach your kids a lesson that accomplishing your dreams can actually be a profession. But working hard has to be your obsession. Lazy people won't get far and they'll show you a bad reflection. You ignore that and continue in your golden direction. And remember, in life, show no affection.
Thank you.
Ms. LeClaire, thank you very much. Before I call a quick recess, just to the kids here tonight, thankfully, of late, we've had presentations, and they just keep getting better and better. You've just raised the bar a little bit. Between the music and the poetry and the additional music, it's really unbelievable. It's breathtaking, and I really hope that people watch this particular meeting, so we're going to maybe try to get the word out a little bit, maybe through social media, that this is one of those meetings. People should tune in tomorrow night. Mrs. Becker.
You spoke of pain and loneliness and feeling isolated with such incredible hope and optimism couched within your friendship and your support for each other. It's incredible. I am so envious of the niche you have found for yourselves and the ability to use your voice. And it saddens me to think that there are school districts in the state and country that are cutting their arts programs and denying students an opportunity like you have, like the students have who just performed, because the arts are a part of your soul. So I'm so glad all of you have been able to find your soul within our school district. Just wonderful.
And come back.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a happening place right now.
Incredible.
Yeah, I like that, open mic night. That works. Anyone else? 2-minute recess. Thank you, everybody, again, for coming this evening.
Oh.